My name is Brenda Sledge, and the character I play, Malice Mom, and I'm hooked on drugs. And in the character I play being hooked on drugs, I'm very selfish, and it's all about me, you know. I even neglect my child. I'm tore up. I'm really tore up, hooked on drugs. Are there any similarities with my role? Yes, there are. I used to be hooked on drugs. Yeah. Jesus. Give me a minute. I'm just so thankful what God has done for me when I'm asked that question. You know, because He brought me a mighty long way. I was hooked on drugs. I was messed up. Bad. And He transformed me. And it seemed like a long time, and it is. But it was in 2 years ago. God just turned my life around. Yeah, there are similarities. The play I'm playing, I did a lot with the role that I'm playing. I once lived that life is what I mean. Yeah, there are similarities. So daylight on the set. It's daylight on the set. It's everything is new to me, but I enjoy it. It's a challenge to me. A daylight on the set. I'm learning things that I never knew. What do I enjoy most about working with Tyrone Tapler? Being real. I like his craziness. But to me, he's a good-hearted person. He's a caring person. He encourages me. I can only speak for me. I'm learning. I mean, he is a loving, kind person to me. And I'm not speaking because he's the director. I'm speaking.
My name is Lamar Chambers, and I'm the stepdaddy in this miniseries. And the role that I play is I slipped my daughter Mickey and I ended up molesting her. But not in reality. In reality, I never touched her. But I played a role with my stepdaughter, and we get intimate, and she's end up getting pregnant, and we're gonna end up. Eventually, she gonna end up getting her mama to take me out or something and thing. But I ain't ready to go yet. So enjoy the movie. Any similarities? Well, first of all, yes, I have a friend that he got caught up, and I don't know whether he did it or not, but man, if he did, dude, man, may the force be with you. But being out there like molesting kids and things, that's just not what's happening. What's the day like on the set? Well, sometimes it can be stressful, but just putting things together and see it to come to perfection, that's the best part of being on the set. What do I enjoy about working with Tyrone Tapler? Nothing. No, just playing. No, being with Tyrone and things, I learned how to, do certain things, and it also built up my confidence to build up myself. So being with him, he's a good leader, and anybody that follows him, they're going to another place and higher level.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Prentice Felder. I want to expound on J.I. J.I. He's a shyster, a hustler, gangster off the street, who willingly gives Nakia HIV and also gets her pregnant. And basically, he's really lost. He doesn't know who he is, and he just loves to cause trouble. Are there any similarities from J.I. to my life? I would have to say yes. Because just like J.I., the character that I play, I used to run the streets, being a part of a gang, and didn't really know who I was. And I kind of, as being hanging out in the streets and everything, God has changed my life around. So now I know who I am in Jesus. Daylight on the set is the best thing really to me, because I get to reenact to my testimony as far as how I've been changed, and also it gives me a clear view that this is what really goes on in the everyday life. what do I enjoy the most about working with Tyrone Tapper is that he's open. He has a heart after God, and he loves his cast members. And he always is willing to listen. And he moves in the spirit of excellence. And he has a resilience, and he doesn't back down from any challenge.
How you doing? My name is Solomon Pruitt. The role that I play in this miniseries is Malice. Malice is a person that has been convicted of a crime, and he's out right now, and he's trying to get his life back together. He has constant turmoil with his grandmother about growing up and being a man, and also he has to deal with his the mother of his kids. As a matter of fact, he has problems with them, and plus he's trying to stay off the streets. His life is filled with a lot of turmoil, and a lot of things are going on. Are there any similarities to my personal life in this role? Actually, there are some. In my lifetime, I've had to make different decisions that weren't always the greatest. Sometimes they led me astray. Sometimes I was forced into situations that if I had thought about it once or twice, I might not have made those decisions. Fortunately for me, I've never been incarcerated, thank God. But I can't say that I've always been on the right side of the track, but God is delivering. So yeah, I'd have to say there's some similarities. A day on the set of Decisions involves a lot of emotion. It involves a lot of thinking. It's fun. We have a lot of fun on the set, but a lot of you get to think about a lot of things that go on in your life as you're going on, acting out these different parts or whatever. And it's thought provoking. Sometimes I leave the set, sometimes, and I think about exactly the lines that I said or whatever, this, that, and how it relates to my own life in general. What do I enjoy most about working with Tyrone Tapper? Well, to a certain degree, he's a perfectionist, but he does not mind you giving your own input. I think I can appreciate that sometimes. When you're in leadership, you have to not only take the bull by the horns, but every now and then, you have to listen to people, and Tyrone doesn't mind listening. And he'll take what you say into consideration. Sometimes he'll even change things around. And I really do appreciate that about him. He also has a spirit of excellence, and he doesn't mind telling you. You think you did something great. If it's awful, he'll tell you it's awful. We got to do it again, and that'll happen like 10 or 12 times. But when it comes out, it's always good. So that's a good thing about him.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Dawes. My name is Sue in the miniseries Decisions. I'm Geraldine's best friend in the series. My son was he was a victim in the drive-by shooting. A day on the set is very fun to me. We have fun. We all like a big family, and we just have a really good time. And I really enjoy myself. The thing I enjoy most of all about working with Tyrone, he is just an awesome man of God. He's very understanding. I mean, he has a heart just full of gold, and he is just an outstanding man. And I know that he knows what he wants. He brings it to the table, and we do it. We put it together.
My name is Brenda Stringfellow, and in the miniseries Decisions, I play the role of a counselor by the name of Miss White. She's the head counselor over the shelter, and at the shelter I'm involved with a young lady by the name of Simone who has issues with her mother and her family, and she's trying to survive with 2 children. And later on in the Decisions, I'll be involved with a young lady by the name of Jasmine and whomever else comes my way that needs encouragement. There are some similarities with my role as a counselor, Miss White, and myself as Brenda Stringfellow. I counsel many people through my job, which is at a high school. I'm kind of the counselor in my family, not just my immediate, but my extended family. I've always found myself in the position of giving advice and listening ear and trying to encourage others to do more and to do their best despite what others may think. And I'm just excited about that role. Days on the set are different each time I come and do my role. Never know what to expect outside of what my character is, but it's fun. It's exciting, especially to see a preview of what we've just done, to see the other characters operating in their roles. You kind of get a feel of what's happening around you, and you can involve yourself a little bit more. What I enjoy the most about working with Tyrone Tapler, who's the director, is the innovativeness, the excitement that he brings to the set, the creativity in action as it being created on the set. The changes he made may be spontaneous on the spot, but they work, and that's exciting to know someone who is connected, and you can kind of connect with them mentally and emotionally, and to see the results. It's wonderful working with him.
I'm Jocelyn Murray. My character's name is Miss Dobbs. I am the employer of Malice. I'm the boss of the restaurant. I know there are no similarities. I do want to have my own business one day where I will be the boss, but at this present time, no. A day on the set for me is pretty good. After we're through filming, which we do have a good time while we're filming, I notice myself staying around to actually watch other people's filming that they're doing, and I have a good time on the set. What I enjoy most working with Tyrone Tapler is he's a nice, easygoing person. He makes it fun. He brings our characters alive. He's just easy to talk to, and he does take care of business, but I enjoy working with Tyrone because he's a good person, and it's easy to work with a person who is.
Hi, I'm Lenidra Kennedy, and I play the role of Jasmine Nelson. Jasmine is a very difficult character. Jasmine is a very stern and strict but bitter woman at the same time. She's married to a character named Mario, who she just verbally abuses on a regular basis. She's very understanding with her children, but at the same time, she's strict. So there's no way outside of Jasmine's way. Jasmine owns a salon, and she has people that work under her as direct connect, who she also has absolutely no respect for. So Jasmine is a person dealing with some issues of her past, of her childhood, where she was sexually molested by her own father, as well as verbally abused by her father. She was neglected as well as rejected by her father. She has a very passive mother who was also a victim of domestic violence. So that character actually carries a lot of baggage, and it actually shows in her day-to-day interactions with people that she comes in contact with. And she's also now in a relationship outside of her marriage, so she's committing adultery. But at the same time, she's a character that has a personal relationship with God and was brought up with the foundation of the Lord. So she's battling, but salvation is knocking at her door, so she'll receive her breakthrough before the end of the show. Are there any similarities between me and my character Jasmine? I would have to say no, not directly. I am a single mother, so Jasmine is a character who's actually married, so we don't have that in common. I have never personally had to deal with the sexual abuse side. I myself actually have been in an abusive relationship, so I kind of more relate to her mother's character. But I too as well can be stern at times. What's a day like on the set? A typical day for me on the set is really hectic. I have to wear the hat of a character as well as many other hats as a responsibility of the assistant co-director and co-lead servant to decisions. Also the makeup artist. So a typical day on the set for me is very busy, and that's to say the least. What I enjoy most about working with Tyrone Tapler. Where the most awesome thing about working with Tyrone is that we share a lot of characteristics and my character. I have the vision of the visionary, so we connect and vibe on so many different levels. It's like we're tit for tat. He's thinking one thing, and it happens to be that I'm thinking in the same flow. So I enjoy working with him. He's given me an opportunity to stretch beyond my comfort zone when it comes down to acting and being a leader, and just learning on so many levels that I never would have thought education would have even brought me. But I'm learning this in a personal experience.